everyone, and welcome back to the Super Shed for some more Halloween stories. Our story today is from my Uncle Jared, my Auntie Brona, and for all the children that come to Old Farm Equestrian Centre in Ashford in County Wicklow. Now, Jared wants to wish you all a very safe and happy Halloween, and he's thinking of you all. So, our special story today, I wonder, what could it be? Dun dun dun! Our special story today for everybody down in Old Farm Equestrian Centre is The Lonely Scarecrow. In the middle of a field, under a sky of colour and cornflowers, there stood a scarecrow. He had a scary face, but a kind heart. More than anything, he wished that the animals and birds would be his friends. But the creatures of the field were scared of the scarecrow, scared of his flapping coat and big black hat, scared of his beady eyes and his crooked nose, and scared most of all of his jagged metal mouth. All through spring, the scarecrow had watched as the animals played at the edge of his field. He watched the birds as they made their nests. He watched the carefree tumblings of fox cubs and rabbits, and he listened to the cheep of ducklings by the old pond. And all the time the animals watched the scary scarecrow, but they never came near. Each day the swaying wheat grew taller, until at last the scarecrow lost sight of the animals. He even lost the happy song of the lark, drowned out by the whispering of the wheat. And marooned in his golden sea, the scarecrow lost hope of ever making friends. Then the combine monster came to harvest the wheat, and the animals hid in the copse. They hid from the terror of its churning jaws and ravaged acre of mud and stubble that it left behind, and they hid from the desolate scarecrow who stood alone now in the empty field. Weeks passed. From the north there came a fierce breeze, a sly breeze that stole the leaves from the trees and the light from the days, a sharp breeze that hurried the animals homewards to their warm burrows and cosy nests. And the scarecrow felt lonelier still, for he knew that winter was coming. Snow fell heavily one night and kept on falling. It fell on the bare still woods and the silent fields. Slowly it covered the ground where the scarecrow stood. In the morning, the animals woke to a world that had changed. The pond had vanished, and in its place was a sheet of glass. The earth had vanished, replaced by a perfect blanket of fallen snow. The scarecrow seemed to have vanished too. In his place stood a jolly snowman. The creatures played happily in the field, rolling and tumbling in the shadow of the snowbound Scarecrow. And the Scarecrow, well, he was as happy and bright as the sunny winter day. But although he was happy, the Scarecrow was afraid of what would happen when he lost his snowy coat, afraid that the animals would shrink from his twisted shape, and afraid, most of all, that he would be alone again. And then the snow began to thaw. The snow slipped off the Scarecrow's shoulders and dripped from the brim of his hat. When the last patches of snow fell from his face, the animals looked up in wonder. Could the friendly snowman be the same scary creature they had feared for so long? And as the warmth of spring stirred the brown earth, the Scarecrow felt a bird peck at his hat and a mouse nestle in the folds of his coat. And he knew that his loneliness had gone forever. And that's the end of our story today, especially for my Uncle Gerard and for all the children that come to Old Farm Equestrian Centre in Ashford in Wicklow. So enjoy Halloween and stay safe. Bye.